We got some Padres we're gonna get into. As opening day. What is it? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday morning, right?
Yeah, so like 24 hours from what 3 a.m. is this upcoming morning.
Yeah. I mean that's crazy, isn't it?
I know the career series.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So we got that. Let's talk some March Madness.
Let's do it.
Let's talk Aztecs. What are we looking at against the UAB? What do they do well? What do you think we can exploit?
I've done a little bit of research on them and I've watched them a bit this year. They're not that big. Like all their depth is from their guards. They do have one good big, but if you get them in foul trouble, I think they're screwed with the front court. So like if we can get the defensive player of the year guy in foul trouble, I think we'll be okay. They're not that good defensively.
Now he's defensive player of the year in the conference.
Yeah, but he's like a thin guy. I think the D would do okay against him.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would assume that we should be able to get inside pretty easily against them. Um, I mean, I like it. I like. I'll go to their team. Let's talk a little bit more. I want to go to
Sure.
their team. Um,
So so their best player is Yaxel Lendenberg. He's the defensive player of the year in that conference. Double double guy, but besides that, they don't have much in my opinion. Well, they do have one guard who could score, Eric Gaines, and a couple more guys. But I feel like our perimeter defense will be okay. They're not the best 3-point shooting team.
okay, yeah, because 3 pointers usually beat us. Those are.
Yeah.
I mean, we usually defend them well, but it's like if someone just comes out and starts fucking making a few threes, then we get in trouble and shit. But it says we're
Yeah.
favored by 6.5. Um, I don't know about that. I wouldn't touch that six and a
I
half.
wouldn't I wouldn't touch it either. And what do you call it? It's a morning game on Friday. That always worries us. Like we
Experience
never.
thousands of custom designed ADUs. Sorry. Memory Lamp
You're
Design
good.
Build Remote. With our full service, ADUs are affordable and designed to meet. Sorry,
Retweet it.
went it on ESPN. Yeah. So it says 83% or 84% for the Aztecs. It says on ESPN matchup
Yeah,
predict.
I feel that's a fair line. Out of all the 12 seeds we got, I feel like this was the most favorable matchup for us.
Mm-hmm. And it says Lendenberg. Is that the big guy?
Yeah,
Lendenberg. 10 rebounds, almost 11 rebounds a game. Wow.
I know.
3 offensive rebounds a game. Let's see. It looks like they might have a pretty good point guard in Gaines. He gets 5.5 assists a game.
Yeah, I just don't want Trammell guarding him. If we put Lamont on him, that I think takes care of itself.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So Lamont stay out of foul trouble. Over under 138 and a half. So that's like 70 to 70. Let's see their full player prospects. Oh no, I went to the wrong one. Sorry. Um, yeah, I mean we should win. We should win this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I'm glad we didn't get James Madison. That was the 112 I didn't want.
God damn it.
Lunardi picked against us. That I saw that
Did he?
in a video. Yeah, typical
Oh,
hack.
put this on me. Yeah, that's ass clown bullshit. Whatever. I mean, those guys all picked Charleston last year.
Yeah, a lot of people did. And
So,
what do you call it?
and then they picked, every game we played. Who did we play in the second round? I think they picked
Furman,
Furman.
trendy
Well,
upset. Yeah.
maybe they didn't pick Furman, but some of them did. I know that. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
but
okay, I'm looking at their full team stats. Let's see. So, guy averages about 14, and he gets 11 rebounds. Jesus Christ.
yeah, but like the American doesn't have a lot of bigs, and they didn't play the best schedule, so like they're Jekyll and Hyde. They're like a less they're a worse version of UNLV in my opinion.
Um, what else we got here? You got They got four guys who get double figures and one guy who gets nine a game.
Yeah,
They average
but
38 rebounds a game. They only average close to 14 assists. I guess that's not that bad.
no,
Steals about seven, blocks close to five. Um,
their conference is not as good as us. Like just looking at them, like I would compare them as a little bit of a lesser version of UNLV,
yeah,
but with
their
worse defense.
free throw shooting looks like it's pretty good.
Yeah,
They shoot 75% as a team. That's pretty good. Especially the four best scorers all shoot over 74 or 74 and better. This guy's 73.9. So we're not going to get, you know, sometimes you foul some of these teams and they can't make fucking free throws. So we
yeah,
should be pretty good there. Yeah, I like us to win. I mean, I don't think we're going to beat Auburn, but
that's like the worst matchup we could have got for the second round was Auburn, but it's not even close.
yeah.
Like if you watched Auburn this weekend, they were legit, rightfully so. They have the remember Baker Mazara? He's with them,
Uh huh. Yeah.
but but brutal. Like we're overall like our region by far the hardest out of any region we could have been put in. Like UConn's the best team, but they've also put like the best two, the best three, the best four, and the two best fives. Like I guess against Auburn, just be competitive. I don't want to get blown out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what else? What else? Do you have anything like I don't know? I mean, I'm in a thing with you tomorrow, right?
Yeah, with a couple other people.
Yeah, so I can't really say like who we're picking and stuff, but
I
I
can
don't
give
know.
hints on
Yeah,
who I
what pick?
like
What
early.
right? What pick do you have in that thing? I got pick
Right?
seven.
I have the first pick. I kind of don't like it because I have to wait all the
Oh,
way
okay.
to like, yeah,
All right. Well, then
to
we're not
pick
even
them.
by each other. So,
Yeah,
you got pick one. Okay.
yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get Yukon, right? Maybe.
I don't think I'm gonna pick UConn honestly because like again, the East is hard. Like
Yeah,
Auburn's good.
it's really
Like
hard.
I think the reason why they punished UConn, yeah, they're good, but they don't have to fly anywhere. Like their first round's in Brooklyn, then if they go to the Sweet 16 Elite Eight, is just in Boston. Like they're just busing to these places. Also, it's gonna be a cakewalk. It sucks for UConn, and it's hard to repeat. Like I don't know. I think my lean is as crazy as it sounds, Purdue.
You kind of leaning Purdue.
Kinda, and if not Purdue, I would say UNC because their region is so easy. Like Medi,
Hmm.
you got like your Tar Heels got it like at least Elite Eight.
I know, dude.
Like look at the East and look at the West. Like Bama's year four, they could lose in the second round. Arizona, I don't trust them. When was the last time you relied on them? Same thing with Baylor. So like there's a drop off.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina. I mean, if I'm UConn, I'm pissed.
Exactly. What's up, Tom?
What
I
up,
see you in
Tom?
the chat. Yeah, exactly. Like you drew Iowa State was legitimately like in comparison to be the last one with UNC, and they wouldn't even consider that. Like I think that's something I want to talk about as a general for the whole bracket. It was
Yeah.
awful.
If I'm looking at the bracket, and the first thing, like I know some people are saying some other team should have got in. The first complaint I have is, I can't believe UConn got screwed, dude.
Yeah,
They got to me. Iowa State should have been the five or six seed, right? With Tennessee. I mean, they should have been the
something like
number
that.
one. They should have been the number one or number two team,
Yeah,
and then Illinois and fucking Auburn. I mean,
should have been bumped up.
Is Illinois not the best three seed?
They kind of are, and Auburn's like right behind them in my opinion. So like, and again, BYU is considered a five, but because they can't play on Friday, Sunday, they had to bump them down. to a 6. So really, UConn got again the best two, the best three, the best four, and arguably the two best fives. Like the
Yeah.
committee did a terrible job.
And then they get the eight, the best eight. Technically, I mean, well, I don't know if they're the best eight this year, but a team that went to the fucking finals or final four.
Like literally, and also to add that three of the final four teams are in that top part of the bracket. Like literally the first minute, UConn, FAU, San Diego State gone.
Yeah.
Names called already.
Yeah.
I
So
think what
then,
up. Go ahead.
no, no, you finish off. Go ahead.
Because again, like the Mountain West got screwed. Let's face it,
Yeah, I was
and
just
also the Big
that
East.
was what I was gonna go to. Let's talk about the Mountain West, and I'll give my rant on the Mountain West. San Diego State basically they got rewarded this year because of what they've done in the past. And if you look at it,
Hmm.
is what year was Kawhi?
2011.
Okay, so that started it. 2011, we're a two seed. That was the first time that we got like a legit seed. We were a two seed. We went to the Sweet 16. That's as far as you're supposed to go, or Elite Eight. But we played a three seed. We didn't lose to like some fucking higher, like 11 seed or something. You know, like an
No.
11 beat a three or something,
Mm-mm.
or a six. We didn't lose to a six. We lost to a three, and we lost to a three that that won the national championship, and we weren't favored.
Yeah,
We weren't
UConn was
favored.
favored. UConn was
Yeah,
favored.
UConn was favored by like a point or two in that game,
Yeah.
and then I think it was like two or two and a half. So that
Yeah.
was that year. A couple years later, I don't remember exactly. You probably do. The
2014.
Thames
Hmm.
Thames were ranked. We're a four seed,
Yeah.
and we went to the Sweet 16. Now we beat two double digit teams, but whatever. We went to the Sweet 16, and we lost to what, a one seed? Who was the one that year? Duke.
Arizona. They were
Oh,
the number
Arizona.
two. Number two overall seed. We pushed them to the limit. It was a
Who
close
beat
game.
who beat Duke to go to the Final Four that year?
No,
Um.
that was a different year, but still, like they were the second overall. I
Oh,
think
okay.
in the regular season they might have, but like they lost in the Elite
Okay.
Eight. But still, they were a really good
So we
team.
lost to a one seed and
Eventual national champ.
eventual national champs. Oh, okay.
UConn
So you
and
got that
Zona.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Then so those were the two times that we were seated high. The other time we would have been seated high or really high was
2020.
the COVID year. We would have been a
Hmm.
one or a two. So who knows what we would have done. You look at other schools in this conference that got seated high. New Mexico, fucking a three seed, got bounced in the first round.
Hmm.
Nevada's been like Nevada been to the Sweet 16 when they had the guy at Arkansas, and then
Yeah,
but you got there's been other times they've been like a seven seed and losing the first round or I don't know. There's been
just
other
even an
times.
8, but still,
Yeah,
like yeah,
we were the eight. Remember we played St. John's, right? 8-9 game. We won,
yes. And then we played Duke, who won the
right?
national championship.
But we basically have never embarrassed ourselves. I think one year we were six and lost to 11, if I'm not mistaken.
To Syracuse, but that was
Yeah.
the bubble
Okay.
year.
Okay. So that's the only time, and that's not even no one like thinks, oh, there's big upsets right there, you know?
No, like we've been the most reliable team, and like last year just proved it. And we're a good team again this year, so like we're rightfully we got the right seed, but everyone else unfortunate.
Yeah. So let's talk about let me see. New Mexico got 11. I can't believe that, dude. So they would have been out if they would have lost to us?
Yeah, like the one of the committee members literally said they were a literal bid stealer, which is stupid. So yeah, if they freaking lost against us, they're in the NIT. And then
I mean that's ridiculous.
you're telling me Boise State, who was tied for second in the league, they swept us. Was the last 14 in? I don't care if they were bid stealers. Like to be that close, like that's ridiculous. And in
Yeah.
Nevada too,
It's
like they
fucking
had the road wins. They did everything they could. Colorado State had a good strength of schedule as well. We did it. Everyone else tried to do everything they could, and you don't get rewarded for it. It's so inconsistent the way the committee does things.
Nevada a fucking 10. Like you gotta be kidding me.
They were like a 7.
Yeah. You're gonna play
Boise's like an
Colorado.
8.
You're gonna put Colorado State in a playing game. How the fuck is Virginia in this fucking tournament?
I it's beyond me. Like, who wants to watch Virginia in the first place?
So you put
And
you put you put you put Colorado State and Boise State in playing games, and if New Mexico would have lost to us, they would have been out. So basically, you would have only had three
three
teams,
teams.
3 teams in. So you would
Yeah.
only had us. You would only had us, Utah State, and Nevada in.
And Nevada was the last bye, so
And
they
then
were close as well.
I heard one of the committee guys. He's like, "Yeah, I guess not, Tom. No one wants to chat tonight." Um, I guess one of the committee guys was like, "Well, they didn't beat anyone in the non-conference." He said our conference did. Now, didn't UNLV beat who beat Creighton?
UNLV and Colorado State, both by
No,
double digits.
both of them did.
By double digits.
He says no one beat them. Boise State,
Beat St. Mary's.
Boise State beat St. Mary's, and so did we.
Yeah,
We beat Gonzaga.
yeah.
Okay. Um, is there any other ones?
No, but
Colorado
it's like
State.
three teams.
Colorado State beat
Colorado beat
somebody.
Colorado, who's also in the play-in.
Okay. I mean, how many do we have to beat? I don't understand when he says that. To
I
beat
don't
Creighton,
get it.
you have two schools beat Creighton. Creighton's a fucking 3 seed.
Exactly.
Who else are we supposed to play?
And then St. Mary's is a 5.
Right, and so is Gonzaga.
Yeah. And one of the excuses one of the committee members said was this. Oh, most of like everyone else not named San Diego State because like we're excused with this for some reason. Most of the resume like Nevada, Boise, whatever. Most of the resume came from conference. Well, how about the Big 12? That's what they all do. So why don't you consider it the same thing?
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's punishment from other years. I mean, it's very obvious.
Yeah, and I also feel like too something I want to address. I feel like just talking to other people who do brackets and like tracking stuff. There's like an agreement saying that like this bracket felt like was done only considering games that happened by Friday night. Nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, which is stupid. Why
It's so
play them?
yeah, because this is the problem that they're doing, and they do this every fucking year. They change the criteria. I
Yeah,
remember there was one year, oh, conference tournament is like basically everything. It's showing what you're going to do in the tournament. Then this year, it's like it didn't fucking matter.
yeah. So, I mean,
Like, what are
FAU
we going to be
lost to
doing?
Temple.
Are we going to
Yeah,
fucking stop changing the criteria? Tell me what you want me to do. It's the same thing as dating women. They play
yep.
these fucking games. They don't fucking tell you what they want, and all they have to do is just tell you what you fucking want, and we'll fucking do it, or at least try to do it, right? But women want
Hmm.
to play fucking a million fucking games, and oh, I hope he figures it out. Go fuck yourself. You know, it's the
Like
same
what is
fucking
it?
bullshit. Same
Like
bullshit.
like what is it? Is it strength of schedule? Is it
Right.
net?
Is it strength of schedule? Is it who you played in the non-conference? Is it your last 10 games? Is it who you beat on the road? Is it
Worst
bad
losses.
loss? Is it
Yeah.
bad losses? This is why they went. I've said this a bunch of times on these things, but this is why they went from they weren't getting enough good teams in. Let's go to the RPI. Okay,
Yep.
they weren't getting enough teams that we want in. This is I'm a North Carolina fan, but this is ESPN. ESPN basically in basketball is stroking off the ACC. In
Oh
football,
yeah.
they stroke off the SEC. Okay, so they're trying to get as many teams in the SEC for football, and for basketball, they're trying to get as many ACC teams. Well, the fucking early 2000s, I would always hear Vitale and Jay Bias. He fucking they would cry. Oh, this team didn't do this. Why isn't? I remember one year Clemson was like 7-9 in conference, and they wanted them in the fucking NCAA tournament. I'm like, they're like they're like 17-13 or something. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Because they like beat like, I don't know, they probably beat Duke and maybe North Carolina or something, or one of them. And they're like, oh, they gotta put him in. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. And so Jay Bias was complaining that we need metrics or something. So they went to RPI, and RPI wasn't enough for them. So then they went to BPI. Then it's the fucking net. Now it doesn't even seem like the net matters. What happened to last year? It seemed like the net was everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it seem like last year the net was everything? And now all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're going to tell me that New Mexico going into our game had a net of 29, if I'm not mistaken. And then,
22.
yeah, but that was after they beat us, right?
No. It was 23 before the game, before our game, and 22 after they beat. But still, that would have broken the record by a margin.
So I mean, what are we doing, dude? And what is Dayton getting a 7 for?
It should have been Nevada, but like still, like look at the Vegas lines. They should know. New Mexico is favored against Clemson. Nevada's favored against Dayton. What should that tell you? They underseeded the teams.
Yeah, they underseeded them big time. But so the rest of the conference, not us. I mean, we're a program we could afford one upset. We can't do it like 2 years in a row, but like if we get upset this year, next year, I don't think the committee's gonna be like, oh, we gotta punish them or they gotta prove it.
It's like when is it enough with just putting power teams in instead of mid majors? Indiana State got screwed. That's another team. They're top 30 in net. And this is an argument that I want to say for like teams like them and like other mid majors like the Mountain West. These power teams don't want to play us if you're not San Diego State or
Right.
Gonzaga.
Right. You don't, yeah. What do you want them to do? They're like, well, you didn't play anyone non conference. The other people aren't accepting it. So, I mean, what do you want them to do?
You can't punish them for that. Like you think New Mexico's not trying? You think
Like
Indiana State's not trying? James Madison, do you think they're not trying?
like Davey saying, you got Indiana State who's got a net in the 20s. They got snubbed. I mean,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. What are they going to say? Well, Indiana State didn't play anyone? Okay, cool. Well, then why is their net so good? Then the net, that's the thing. Like, you got to figure out what the fuck the net's all about then. I'm not saying it, I am with computer, like this computer stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of this stuff, but are we going to use it or not use it? Is it valuable or is it not valuable? You can't tell me like, well, it's somewhat valuable for some teams, but it's not valuable for others. Like, what? What are we doing? You know, like I always thought the net was probably pretty accurate, or at least like, I don't think it's like fucking the war statistic. I don't think it's that bullshit because
yeah,
you're talking about a whole team, not a individual player.
yeah,
Individual player, I could have a guy come in and get like 20 a game and I could have another guy get 20 a game, but when is his points coming? Is his points coming late in the game or is it coming, in the first fucking 10 minutes of the game and then he
yeah,
fucking disappears when I need big baskets?
yeah.
You can't tell me, oh, his war's the same. He averages 20 points. No, like, are you making big shots or you're not clutch? Like I always those computer shit always say
Nope.
like they don't put clutch into it. Like they say it doesn't exist, which is just total bullshit. Everyone who's watched sports, at least anyone who's got a fucking brain, knows that there's certain players that are clutch. Like Derek Jeter, like his numbers weren't always the greatest things in the world, but you get into October, he was always clutch, right?
Yeah,
Reggie Miller, like I mean, he was clutch. Fucking Jordan, like yeah, Jordan's one of the greatest, but he was clutch. He had other players who could fucking score, and then the fourth quarter comes around, they can't fucking score a lick. I know the Lakers used to have this one guy. I wish Clint was in here. The guy would get like 10 points. He used to be on Toronto Raptors. He get like 10 points every fucking first quarter. And I'm like, Clint, the guy ends up with 12. Every game, he'd end up with like 12 points, and 10 would be in the first quarter. He was like some
what year?
overseas guys.
Oh, okay.
It was like the early. It was like after they beat like the Kings, like that era. Like Kobe was still
Oh,
there. I don't think Shaq was there. I think Paul. I think Powell was there. It was like that era. He was like a small
okay.
forward. He was like a small forward from like Toronto. You get like 10 points in the first quarter and fucking nothing the rest of the game. Like he'd end up with like 12. Yeah, Rivers. You could say
Yep.
on his interceptions, like, well, when do they come? Are they coming in the first quarter? You can overcome it, or are they coming fucking late in the game when you're driving? Guy fucking was a bum, but
Guys just shrink. Some guys shine and some guys shrink, and they
yeah,
never can take that into consideration.
like Gonzaga's getting the same seed as us. Like I'm not complaining about our seed, but they got
No,
overseeded. Like how are
right.
they the same as us? We beat them. They didn't win their conference. They won the regular season, but they didn't win the. I mean,
Their best win's Kentucky. That's like literally it. They didn't play. They didn't beat anyone besides Kentucky. They beat St. Mary's once and lost them twice. Like I don't get it.
I don't
Like
get it
this
either.
was the worst. This was the worst job the committee's ever done, and I think that's what I'm seeing in social media.
Yeah,
Like there's zero excuses for it to be this bad. Like you can't say, "Oh, we didn't have enough time after
Kentucky
Saturday
didn't win.
night." No, they didn't.
I thought they did.
No. I mean, the West Coast Conference is not better than the Mountain West, so you can't throw that argument there. But yeah, no excuses. If what's it gonna do? Should all games matter, or should games only up to Friday night matter? Because apparently, looking at this bracket, this is by Saturday morning. They didn't take into consideration FAU losing to Northwestern. I mean, not to Northwestern, to Temple, which is a doctor. Clearly didn't. And then same thing with like what you said. Auburn should be a 3 seed by winning the SEC tournament. Shouldn't
Yeah,
even be a 4. You got to be kidding me.
or at least close to it. You know, like
Yeah.
all right. You want to switch gears to baseball?
We can, and then we could flip back and forth to whatever people want.
Yeah, sure. Um, what do you think of Blake Snell signing? 2 year deal, 62 million. I mean, the guy's just coming off a Cy Young. I mean, he's getting 33 million a year, but that is just that just tells you that no one fucking trusts that guy. You knew he was going to get a
No,
short deal.
no, yeah.
I thought he'd get a 3 year deal for like 90. That's what I thought.
Yeah, no one wanted to pay him for 5 or 6 years. I mean, the Yankees tried to, but he declined it because I guess he didn't want to go to New York. But still, it just shows you like people know on Snell. He's overrated. Like let's face it. Last year he was super lucky. Like, you think he's gonna get away with walks again this year? Do you think he's gonna get away with the worst defense in San Francisco this year? I don't think so.
I'm kind of surprised our manager, Bob Melvin, wanted him.
Yeah, kinda. They don't have a good bullpen. The Giants don't have a good bullpen besides their closer. I don't get why people say they're as good as us and they had a good offseason. I don't see it. I think the Giants are overrated. It's just because they're a bigger market than us. But whatever.
He's definitely going to suck at the beginning of the season.
Oh, that's not even close. Like he
There's
doesn't
no
have
way.
he doesn't know his pitching coach. He doesn't know his catcher.
Yeah, there's no way he was in shape.
No, like he's gonna. I honestly see him being a little bit worse than 2022. Like he'll get bombed the first half. I think that's like a guarantee.
Nightingale saying that the Yankees offered 150 last month to Blake Snell, but pulled their offer and declined to re-enter.
Yeah.
It's always Bob Nightingale, but I don't know. Maybe that's true. Because if that's true, dude, I mean, you just got fucked. Because think about it.
Boy screwed him over.
Think about 2 years from now. Blake Snell, how old is he gonna be?
33, but he could opt out next year, so 32. But
Oh,
still,
I didn't know that. It's a player's option.
yeah,
Oh, I'll bet you he opts in.
yeah, because he's not gonna have a good year.
No, I don't think he is.
Like he lost money. He lost. Boris screwed over his guys. Like everyone lost money than they should have got.
We'll hit Snell because our lineup's all right-handers, and
Yeah, we know him. We've seen
um,
him. Like
I don't know. Maybe
firsthand.
as long as we don't, I don't know. As long as we don't chase shit, we'll fucking
We don't chase. That's the thing we don't do.
yeah. I mean,
I'm not that worried about the Giants. Like I agree with Tom. I think Cease and King will have a better year than Snow. I think so too.
yeah, I'm looking forward to King. I'm looking forward to Cease too. It changed my whole perspective of how I'm looking at the Padres this year. To be honest with you, because
Yeah.
I picked the under. I wouldn't pick the under now with
No,
Cease.
because the over under went up 2 wins, so it's like 83 and a half, 84.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bet it either way. Like I don't.
No, I
I
wouldn't
don't
touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it. I don't think it's a good bet either way. But the reason why I took the under was, and it's still my biggest concern, is if one of the big three gets hurt, we're fucked in our lineup. We're fine
Yeah, yeah,
because we are way too right-handed heavy, and I just don't think we have. Like I saw projected lineups like Cronenworth's batting third,
yeah,
and the reason why they're doing that is they don't want to go five straight right-handed hitters.
yeah. There's no more lefty hitters. The argument in bringing Fan back is that he hits righties better than lefties, so he's kind of a lefty hitter. But
Right, but okay. So what was the lineup I saw? It was Bogarts, Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado.
yeah,
I think it was Kim five,
can't be say or
Campy
that's too much.
six. It was Campy
Profile 7
six.
or profile whatever. Profile
It said
7.
Profar seven. It said uh, Rosario eight. I'm like Jesus
Merrill
Christ.
9, yeah, Merrill 9.
And then Merrill nine. Rosario can't be playing. That Paulie's got to be playing, right?
I would hope so, but
If we're
whatever,
throwing
HD.
Rosario, if we're throwing Rosario, I'm telling you, I've seen that guy play. He fucking sucks. He's a fucking
Yeah,
little like. There's no way. What up, Adam?
yeah. What up? What up? But this is something that I might be thinking about. They should be starting Paulie. Like if he's supposed to be on the big league roster, he needs to start. He needs to
Yeah,
get
dude.
consistent ABs.
What is he up there for if he's not going to fucking start? He better be starting. And
Apparently, I guess they don't like his defense. That has to be the only reason why. Besides that, there's no reason why he shouldn't start.
well, when's Machado going to be able to play defense? I mean, we gave him fucking what did we give him? 350.
Yeah,
We gave him an additional. Well, he had 150, and then we added on another 350, and you're telling me the guy, well, he's not ready for defense. Like this better not be a fucking problem as his career goes on that he's a fucking strictly a DH because that's gonna be a huge problem.
oh, you don't pay a DH 350
No,
million.
no chance, no fucking chance.
But hopefully it's soon. Like best case scenario, I guess for me is like in a month. If it's not after if he's not in the field by a month from now, then that would be a concern. David, yeah, exactly, mid-April.
Yeah, I mean, have we gotten any updates on that? Like, has anyone? I mean,
They're saying he's progressing.
I know he was taking ground balls and shit,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm just hoping it's not like, oh, he's strictly a DH for like the first month.
which might be the case.
Right. I hope that's not the case, but I mean, the real key to this whole season. I mean, I hate to put too much on Merrill, but if Merrill hits and you can bat him second, then it changes the whole fucking lineup because then you can go Bogarts, Merrill, Tatis, Machado. You know, at least
Yeah,
you got a left-hander in there batting second, and he's got enough speed to steal bases and Tatis will get some fastballs with his speed.
yeah.
I hope they sign Fam. You
I think
can't
they
have
are,
can't
but I
you
think they're
can't
just
have
waiting.
you
I
can't
think they're
have
just
Chase.
waiting for the Korea series to happen. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't want to
that's
go out
fine.
there.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, and they probably have extra bodies there, and then
Yeah,
when that series is over, they could
yeah,
sign Fam and send.
yeah. No one else is talking about Fam. Like we're the only team linked to him.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably fucking
Yeah,
done a done deal. I'm sure
yeah.
it's just
It's just like
it's.
minor details.
Well, I would assume that it's going to be. You didn't go for. It's only a 2 game series, right?
Yeah,
You
only
didn't go
Wednesday,
for that two
Thursday.
game series, and then they could send someone down and then bring him up, so they don't have to, because the guy's already up there. They want to use who's up there.
Yeah,
I would assume it has something to do with that.
I agree. And he's gonna be for cheap now because it's so late in the off season. Seeing what other people are getting in the market. But yeah,
I can't believe it.
I
It asked me if showing Adams honestly his Korea shit is dumb. They actually fucking wanted to see if I wanted to put that on there. I mean, come on.
yeah,
We're fighting for leverage right now. You guys, we go for a trade route if we lose out on Fam. I hope not. I hope we don't
I don't
trade.
want to. I don't want to.
Hope we're going
At this
trades.
point, at this point, no,
But I haven't talked about the trade really that much with Cease. I mean,
no,
I
no.
like I like it in the sense that we didn't give up any of our top guys that I was really concerned. Like when Cease, okay, it was like a day before. It was like all of a sudden there was this Cease rumors, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the worst thing we're gonna fucking do. What are we doing? Because I figured at least one of the big five. Because I think we have five like
Hmm.
prospects that I'm really high on, and and I'll go in my order. It would be Salas. I think Lesko's our
Let's
number
go.
two. Lesko's our two. I think Merrill's probably three. I would say four is Snelling, and then Devers.
DeVries.
But DeVries.
Okay.
I've never seen DeVries play, but just on his potential from what I've read. So the other four I've seen.
Hmm.
Um, I know some people look at rankings and shit and see Lesko like I don't know. Sometimes he's in the top 100, sometimes he's not, and but his upside is just too much. I love his
Yeah,
upside. He's going to be a one or a two if he stays healthy. He's going to have great stuff. And then you got to sign either Cease or King.
yeah.
They're going to be free agents at the same time, right? Or
Hmm.
no? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. King's got one more year, and Cease got. You got to sign at least one of them.
Cease is
Um,
a Boris guy, so that's less likely. I would go after King, especially if he has a good first half,
Well, I'm
because he's
not. I'm
more
not. Just,
experienced.
I'm not just saying it has to be before they hit free agency. But I'm just
Of
saying
course.
you got to bring one of them back. And if you could
Yeah.
bring one of them back, and then Snelling and Lesko, then you have, and then Musgrove still would be there. At least you got something for at least a couple years. But you got to bring one of them
Yeah.
back.
For
I'm
sure. For sure.
surprised. I'm more intrigued on Cease. I look at it this way: you don't make this move unless you're going to spend next year. Because if you're not spending next
Yeah.
year, there's no reason. There was no reason to get him. If you're going to go back over the luxury tax, if you stay under luxury tax and then reset it and you go back over it, then I think the move was worth it. But if you
Yeah.
fucking just sit there and fucking don't do it, then it wasn't worth it to me because he's the type of pitcher that if he's on, and he'll probably have a good year because
Yeah.
you got a great pitching coach. Our pitching coach, like look what he did with Snell. Um,
Yep.
Snell the first year had the other pitching coach right from the Yankees,
Yeah.
and then he got this guy and he started turning it around. And then Cease is also going to go into free agency. So next year's is going to be Cease's breakout or his best year as a Padre.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
year, I'll predict his ERA is hovering around 3.3 to 3.5, 3.7, somewhere around there. The
Yeah.
following year, I'll predict his ERA is 3.1 or lower because he's going to go into free agency. He's going to be like Snell, and he's going to be like, dude, yeah, Rothschild. He's going to be like, dude, I need to have my breakout year to get the bank. He's going to be in the best shape of his fucking life. He's pitching at Petco. He's got a good pitching coach.
Good ballpark. Good defense.
Yeah, King is more of I got to prove that I can be a starter. I got to prove I could have innings.
Yeah.
So he's got to be in good shape this year. He's got to be in great shape
Yeah. Yeah.
right away.
Looking at Cease's numbers like deeper last year, why he struggled, the White Sox were just abysmal. Like defensively, they couldn't save him. Like if you had a good pitch, I mean, if you had a good defense and you had a better ballpark, he would have had like a run less of an ERA. So
Yeah,
like
and I mean his strikeout numbers are ridiculous. He walks a lot though.
he does, but like his stuff is like all you. It could arguably be better than Snell's because like
Right.
I looked the last 3 years, he's generated the most swing and misses in all of
Right.
baseball.
And I got a feeling our pitching coach is going to fucking tweak him a little bit. See,
Oh yeah,
another thing I was thinking about on this trade is they felt as an organization, I think they watched it. It's probably premature, but this is what I'm thinking that they were thinking. They saw Vasquez and Brito, and they said, "Okay, we got some a couple young pitchers here that we really like, and we're in a position that we could trade a couple young pitchers so that our depth isn't getting just destroyed." Because I was so concerned going into this season before we made this Soto trade, we didn't have any fucking pitching. We're
oh
like, dude, we
no,
have no pitching. Remember, because I wanted to trade at the deadline, I wanted to go get young players because I knew
Yeah,
we weren't going to have any pitching. I knew Walker was probably gone. I knew Lugo was probably gone. I knew fucking Snell was gone. Not
hater.
probably. I knew he was gone. Um, yeah, I knew Hader was gone.
And you
So
were
I was
gonna
like,
extend Soto.
well, yeah. But I just meant pitching wise, like I
Right.
knew we better fucking go get some young pitchers. So we made that trade. He got 4 fucking pitchers back.
Yeah.
Okay. And all of them were going to be controllable for 6 years. And then King is only 2. But I mean, I think they looked at Vasquez and Brito in spring training and said, fuck, we're willing to fucking trade a Thorpe and a
Yeah.
Iriarte, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
So,
Even though like I love like you were high in Uriarte and so was I. I think that's the main piece we're gonna miss. Like
oh, yeah.
Thorpe is whatever to be honest. But I guess
Thorpe in the
so. Like,
offseason, C says he fixed his control. That'd be awesome.
yeah, I mean 2022 Cease was really good. Like I would bet on him to come close to what he did in 2022 next year for his contract year.
Yeah, Thorpe gave up 8 runs today. I didn't like Thorpe. Like when I read about him, I was like, okay, I want to see him, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's intriguing. Like his numbers look pretty good. But once I saw him pitch, I was like, oh, this is Paddock without as good as a fastball.
Yeah.
So
Like he,
Paddock would throw 95 to 98,
yeah.
and he was pretty consistent 95, 96. But when he was, if you remember his rookie year, he was dominant right from the get go, and then
Yeah.
slowly but surely he was getting worse. And then the following year, he just got destroyed. Well, what happened is everyone had seen him enough and figured, okay, he only throws 2 pitches.
Yeah.
He fucked. So Thorpe, to me, was only throwing 2 pitches. And if your fastball isn't fucking even anything close to Paddock's, I think his changeup maybe is as good or better. I don't know, but when you only throwing 2 pitches, basically you're just throwing to spots. Like they could
Yeah.
just sit, they could just sit on you where you're not hitting all the corners. Like you're not throwing. Okay, like if he's looking fastball in and you're throwing a slider away, you're like you got it. Like they're just looking wherever the catcher's fucking lining up, basically, and the ball's gonna be there. It's either gonna be straight as a fastball or fucking drop as a changeup. I mean, that's just not enough to, you know.
No. I agree. I'm glad we kept Lesko and Snelling. I was
Oh
worried
yeah.
it was gonna be snowing. I was gonna be pissed. I was gonna be pissed if it was snowing.
I thought for sure that one of those guys was
Yeah.
gone. That's why I didn't want to trade it. I was like, no, I'm
No.
not doing that trade. There's no fucking way.
No.
No fucking way. It wasn't the timing still doesn't make sense to me unless you
No.
spend in 25. If you spend in 25, you're basically saying we already got a kickoff to the season by getting a fucking hopefully an ace or a front of the rotation guy. So if you got your front of the rotation guy, you just got him a year early, and then you need a left-handed bat. You got to get an outfielder that is a left-handed bat because I assume what's going to happen is Merrill's going to come back and play shortstop, and Kim's going to walk in free agency, and then you're going to have
Yeah.
to spend for a left-handed bat in the outfield, left field or center field.
I don't get people saying, "Oh, we're saving all this money to extend Kim." It's not happening.
I saw someone put like a 7 year deal, like 130 million or something.
I
I'm not
wouldn't
giving
do it.
seven. I'm not giving
I
seven
wouldn't do
years
it.
to him. No fucking way.
I wouldn't
And the,
do it.
the guy said something like it's less than 20 million. It's like 19 million. I'm like, okay, the 19 million part isn't bad, but I'm not giving 7 years to him.
7 years.
No fucking chance. And I don't know. He's probably looking for something like that. He's probably going to ask for 5 or 6. Yeah, Thorpe got fucking rocked.
Bombed. Bombed. Yeah.
No takebacks, man. No takebacks. Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to go into next year. I don't know how much left is in the tank in Darvish, but you're going to go into next year with Cease,
Hmm.
Musgrove, and King is probably your top 3 with Darvish. That's 4, and then you already have Brito and Vasquez. Okay, hopefully that's 6, and you're going to have probably Snelling, and that's not I mean adding anyone in the offseason. That's 7 guys. That's a pretty good
Hmm.
start.
Yep.
It's a pretty good start for going in, and then let's go. Probably might be knocking on the door by the middle of 2025 or 26. So that's why you got to sign one or the other. You got to sign King or Cease, though. One of them. Brito
Yep.
or Waldron for the fifth spot. I mean, I'm hoping it's Brito because his stuff is a lot
Yeah.
better.
I like
But I
Burrito.
don't know. I don't really care. Like I'm not. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not going to get all butthurt on wins and losses this year. That's not what my.
No.
That's not what I'm looking at this year. I'm looking at Salas. I'm looking at Merrill. I'm looking at Lesko. I'm looking at Tatis. Um, King. I'm looking at shit like that. Brito, Vasquez. I'm looking at if those guys are all fucking kind of impressing me, then I think it's gonna be a good year. I mean, whether the record like last year, how many fucking games did our bullpen blow? Like where it's like
A lot.
we had 20 straight years where our bullpen was lights out, and then last year,
It was bad. Yeah.
and then like 2 years ago, it was really bad when what was the manager's name that kept bringing in the guy from the White Sox or what was it? Not White Sox. God, what was that guy that from the Rays kept bringing him in?
Oh, Honeywell.
No, no, it was 2 years ago. Um,
Oh, fuck.
you throw like 95 and it was straight as a fucking bone arrow.
Pagan.
Pagan, Pagan,
Pagan.
yeah, Pagan would just get fucking bombed,
Yeah.
dude. Tingler, yeah. I
Mhm.
remember one time I had people
Love
over.
Fed.
And I had people over. I think it was my kid's birthday. And we were watching the game. It was like, yeah, it was probably in September. And he brought Pagani, and they were like winning 3-2 or like 4-2. They're winning 4-2 against somebody. I want to say the Phillies or something. He brought him in, and I was like, dude, fucking what a joke, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you come on. Yeah, sure, pal. Don't know who you
I
are.
mean,
Yes.
what do you call it? Tingler loving Pagan is like the same thing as Dutcher loving Parrish. It's the same exact thing.
Oh yeah, God. Oh my God. Yeah, why does Dutcher play Parrish so much, dude? I mean,
Because apparently he thinks he's good at defense.
oh, he doesn't fucking rebound. He doesn't do shit. I can't stand that motherfucker.
I know. Dude, the good thing that I saw this week, why I'm still hopeful, is the what do you call it? We saw Trammell and Butler play well in both of our wins. Like we didn't see that at all this year. Like both of them at the same time play
Yeah,
well.
Tramel's starting to play a lot better.
Yeah,
Well, I think Tramel's been hurt the whole year because I don't recall
yeah,
last year him not being able to beat anyone off the dribble. He can't beat
yeah.
anyone off the dribble.
No.
And then, okay, when you're a guard, I mean that's the only position I play. So you always, well, as I got older, I couldn't do it anymore, and that's why I couldn't play anymore. But when I was halfway decent and playing basketball, when they put pressure on you, I mean, I just go right by the guy. So that's what you wanted. You always wanted the defender trying to
Mm-hmm.
get up all on you. And when they do that, it's hard to put it into the post pass because they're all up on you.
Mm-hmm.
But you would just be like, oh, fake the pass, and you would just take him off the dribble, and then the guy's fucked. You know that the scout report is he can't beat you off the dribble because if you watch him try to get into the post to the D, they're fucking
Yeah,
all over him.
yeah,
That's why he has trouble. He has to like he has trouble doing it. You see the difference from Butler. They're scared Butler will take him off the dribble. You can see the difference. I
yeah.
don't know what
So
happened because he was not like that last year. He fucking
no,
and then he gets in the lane sometimes and he has no height and he has no explosion. It's like he can't jump. That's why
no,
I think he's been playing hurt all year. He might be getting a little bit
probably.
healthier. It looks like Waters is looks. I know he's missing shots, but he looks. I can see the explosion looks a little bit better, and he's taking more shots. He's almost like
The Utah State game gave me hope because he made like 4 jumpers that game,
yeah.
especially like towards the end of the game when we needed it.
Woo sucks scares me.
Go, yeah. He's not a high leverage guy.
I don't really know anything about him. He's left-handed, right?
Go, no, he's a righty.
Oh, who's
He's
the
a Korean
left-handed?
pitcher.
Isn't there a left-hander one? Is
Matsui.
it? Oh, Matsui.
He's
Okay.
better, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the bullpen's gonna be really good. I'm not worried about that. I mean, the Estrada did Estrada make the team?
I think he is. I like him. Yeah, Boris actively destroying. You know, because like, how much money did Snell lose? Like this offseason alone, he's risking at least what 80 million because he was given 150 by the Yankees, and if he doesn't do good, like he's not going to make that up next year, a year older. Good luck.
Yeah.
Bellinger, same thing too. Didn't take a big deal. If he struggles again this year, he's not going to have a bigger deal than he had this year. No way.
I don't know what he was doing on some of those deals, dude. He got fucked.
No, no. Like I think if you're a player, you have to be pissed by saying I'm risking $80 million, and if I suck, I'm never going to get that money again.
Yeah. Snell has to, because if Snell just has like an average year,
No
like
way.
he's not gonna get a 4 or 5 year deal after that.
No,
No way.
he's going to be 32.
Right. This was his chance to get his money. He should have just taken. I guarantee he got better offers earlier. He should have just taken them.
Or maybe
But
he just didn't want to go to the Yankees at all. Like he just waited, saying, let's wait until someone else
yeah, I mean,
gave him more money," and it didn't
apparently the
happen.
Yankees offered 150. Okay, 5 years, it's 30 million. He should have taken that. But
Yeah,
I know what he was thinking. He was thinking, I need to get more than Rodon.
yeah,
You know, at least that's what I think he was probably thinking to himself
yeah.
because he's better than Rodon.
He
I mean,
is.
who's Rodon's uh, agent? Is it Boris?
Yeah, same agent.
Well, I mean, he got lucky getting it for him, but he didn't get it for you know. But whatever, it's not my problem.
Yeah,
He got 31 million a year, but only 2 years. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah. Again,
It's
that's
pretty
what
bad
66.
coming off the
Yeah,
Cy Young. But you understand, like none of us wanted him. You know, at least not any of you guys that I know of. I didn't want him back. You know, it's going to be a bad contract.
yeah.
You know, he's going to fucking play video games instead of fucking being like working out and being on his game. Yeah, he'll go out there and because he's got like the best stuff in baseball. And he's got one of
Oh
the best
yeah,
sliders. He's got one of the best sliders in baseball. You know, and he's throwing 97, 98. And then like he throws the curve every once in a while and a changeup. That's why I mean he's got 4 pitches. I mean, 2 are legit like elite pitches. Yeah, the curveball and the fucking changeup aren't that great, but the ability to throw it, I mean, just 10%, 16%, just keeps them guessing just a little bit compared to fucking a Thorpe, where he's only going to throw a fastball changeup. I mean, if Thorpe doesn't develop a slider, doesn't develop like a split finger, well, the splitter is not even going to really help him that much because he's already throwing a changeup. He's got to throw a slider, or curveball, something, or a cutter. He's got to throw something else. That's
hmm
why I just wasn't really
yeah.
high on him after I saw him. I mean, maybe you can throw him as a 5, but I don't know.
I don't think Giants fans. No, I don't think the Giants watch our game. Giants fans don't watch our
No,
games. Like they're gonna
no.
be so impatient with him. Watch, watch.
Yeah, I think Giants fans are just looking at his numbers and saying, "Oh, you fucking Cy Young. We only paid 2 years. Possibly only 1 year. You know, I mean, signing him for 2 years, I wouldn't be too worried if I were them, but I wouldn't just be like, oh, we're getting a Cy Young guy. You're probably getting a guy who's gonna have an ERA of like 3.8, if not worse.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he has an ERA of like 4.1, 4.2.
exactly.
He's fucking walking people and just you can just see him laboring all year because he's probably not in shape.
Yeah,
I mean, I was off the Snell train when what do they have, the lockout or whatever? They're coming late into the season. He was like, "Well, I just wasn't ready." What do you mean you weren't ready? Everybody else was. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. Tony,
Like
the lockout year,
came out of nowhere. Like AC's like, "Oh, he's not gonna be ready for a start or something." I'm like, "What? Like what the fuck was he doing?"
literally before the game started. Literally before the game.
And then I remember the fucking game against Pittsburgh. He couldn't get. He got like one out,
Oh
and
yeah,
then they brought in Morone, and then fucking Morone needed Tommy John.
yeah. Right, it was like a game or two after, but still, like
Yeah,
it screwed us the whole entire season after
yeah.
that.
And I was just like, "Oh, cool." Now we're fucking. We didn't get a start from fucking him basically, and then we didn't get a start from Moron. It's not Moron's fault, but it was like it set that season back so bad just on those two games, basically having no starts, and your bullpen's got to get fucking 54 outs. They probably didn't get 54 outs, but
Hmm.
48 outs.
Yeah,
It just fucked us. I don't know. I still don't like our lineup. I know we like
yeah,
unless Machado is back to being Machado of
sure.
2 years ago. Because it's like he's like the difference, dude. When he's fucking hitting that 280, 290, and he's driving in doubles and home runs. But when he's in like it's middle of June, he's fucking hitting 234.
Yeah, and again, the injury worries me. Like he's usually a
Yeah.
slow starter to begin with.
240, 245, and he's fucking got 9 home runs in the middle of June, and he's ground into fucking 15 double plays.
Yeah,
That's yeah. It pretty much goes as Machado goes, dude. Because they bat Tatis fucking I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to spring training or there's just been so much going on that I just like I'm kind of more into the Aztecs right now, and
same
then
here.
NFL free agency I'm into right now, and it's just like the Padres. It's just like creeped up on me. And it's like all of a sudden it fucking give me
Yeah,
Wednesday morning. Is anyone watching the game? You guys watching the game Wednesday?
I'll just listen to it. I'm not watching it. I'm not getting up that early.
Yeah, I know.
And especially, I was not gonna watch Thursday if State played, but they're not.
Okay, so what time is it the same thing? 3 in the morning again on
Yeah,
Thursday?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I have. I'm going into. I went into work today, and I'm going in tomorrow. Then I'm off rest of
I'm
the week.
off. I'm off Friday. I'm taking off Friday,
Oh,
obviously.
nice. Nice.
Yeah, I did it last year too. I can't miss
Yeah, I would.
the
I would
Aztecs
bet.
game.
I would bet Bogarts leadoff,
Yeah,
unless you're going to put Kim. It's got to be him or Kim. Do not fucking put Tatis in the leadoff spot. Gonna waste his fucking solo homers, and then you're gonna be down fucking 3-1 in the eighth.
and again, Bogarts if he's batting leadoff, he's not going into as much double plays, and he could walk. He could focus on that.
Donald Trump 89 says, "Quit your job." Oh my god. Yep, Tatis leadoff is stupid. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for so long. Like, it doesn't look like he's gonna bat leadoff, which is good. I don't want him there.
Yeah,
Bogarts sucked last year with runners in scoring position.
yeah. Lead him
I
off.
felt
Lead
like
him off.
he hit like all his hits were singles. I'm like, oh,
It's a good
what are we
leadoff hitter there.
what are we paying this guy 280 for if he's just gonna be a fucking? But I think the wrist hurt him. What was his numbers
For sure.
before his wrist?
It was really good.
Right.
He hit like
Remember,
six homers before the hit.
yeah,
Yeah.
he started off, he was banging it. I remember when I was like, because I talked to this guy in Boston a lot. He's like a gambler. And we chit chat, and I give him information on the Padres. He gives me shit on the Red Sox. And he actually told me 2 days before they got Bogarts, he was like, dude, you're going to get Bogarts. I was like, you think so? He was like,
Yeah.
yeah. He was like, don't tweet it out. But he's like, I just heard from someone that it sounds like it's going to be the Padres.
Hmm.
And so when we got him, I was like, "How much do you think we're gonna?" He was like, "Probably it'll be over 200." And I was like, "Okay." And
Hmm.
then it was 280. I was like, "Fuck, man."
Hmm.
And then I don't know. I mean, just it was just too long of a contract. It was so stupid. So
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
I know. If we were just patient last year, we would have been so much better off. But I get it
So
because of
much better.
Sidley
So much better off. If you just one of those contracts was gone, fucking Machado or Bogarts.
and both
One
haven't
of
looked good so far. And same with Darvish. Nothing has worked.
just
It's been
one of
that
them.
bad. Yeah,
Cronenworth. Oh my god. I don't want to hear these fucking guys on Padre Twitter tell me that Cronenworth is gonna have a bounce back year. Bounce back from what? He had fucking one good year.
yeah,
And I predicted that. I was like, dude, he's not going to hit fucking the following year. And he kind of hit. He was okay. And then it was the year after. I was like, yeah, this is what I was predicting. He sucked. What was it? His OPS was like 670, wasn't it last year?
yeah. It was below 700.
Oh my God. He's going to be batting third?
Well, he's looking better this spring. At least he's not trying to pull the ball and hit homers, so that's fine. But still,
Yeah, he did come into camp fat. I saw him. I was like, Jesus. Is Wood's wife still like all over that guy?
I
I'm fucking.
guess
That shit's weird to me. It's a little too much. I don't know. She got mad at me a few times on Twitter.
oh,
I said something about Fauci. She got mad, and then I don't.
really?
Yeah, and then I don't remember. I don't really care. Um, he's drawing a lot of walks, which is good to see. Oh, Cronenworth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's trying to go. He's trying to. He's not pulling the ball. Like he did last year either. Like he's trying to make a concerted effort to use the whole field.
yeah. I've always thought Fam was a good player. I don't know why he
Yeah,
didn't. I don't know why he didn't do good for us. It was
because he
always
got
weird.
stabbed. Because he got stabbed. He wasn't healthy. Don't go to Pacers.
I mean, I remember when we traded for him. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! This is like a ball
I
player.
same here.
Like
Yeah,
this is a guy that fucking is like a leader, you know." Um, I would love to get him, especially if the prices that they were saying 3 to 5 million. Was that
yeah.
right?
You take take it.
Oh, 1 year deal would be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
Hopefully he fucking balls, and then maybe he wants to come back again for like 8 million for the
yeah.
following season. You know, because you're still gonna need like not fam Cronenworth, not Cronenworth. What's the fucking left fielder? Profar. He's only a
So
1 year
far,
deal, right?
yeah. For 1 million.
Yeah, yeah, good. Oh, that's perfect. I don't want him back next year. I don't want a 2 year deal or something.
Yeah,
We're gonna need, I mean, I don't know. What are they gonna do with Kim? Do you think they're gonna sign him?
I say no
I wouldn't. I know the fans are gonna get mad, but I got a feeling he's gonna have a big year
for sure.
because he was fucking pretty good last year, like really good. I was impressed with him because he even went to the leadoff spot, and I was like, dude, he might get overworked. He didn't get overworked. I don't know. Maybe you should put him in the leadoff spot and Bogart's five. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
Bogart's two. I don't know. Then you got four righties in a row. That's what I.
that's the problem. It's so unbalanced.
Oh man. What about Campuswano? How's he looking? I also see Campuswano
I
pretty good.
like him. I think Campy will have a good year.
What about that catcher that we got from the Yankees?
Higashio, he's just a backup, but he's better than Ola.
Yeah, but I mean, we just need someone to be solid, hit 230. But he's got a little pop in him, right? He hit
He
like 10 home
does.
runs.
Yeah,
That's what you want. You want your backup to like he's gonna play once a week, but you want him to have a little bit of pop. You can't just have a guy who fucking can't hit home runs.
yeah,
Like you need to be able to. Hey, you're only here. Go for the fences, dude. I don't care if you're 3 for 15. If fucking at least one of them's a home run, might help us win that day. You don't need to be like consistent, but you need to be able to fucking have some pop.
I'm high on Campy. I think he's gonna be good. He showed it last year. Like if he's healthy, I have faith in Campy.
I mean, the Cease trade really changes
It does.
the way I look at it. I mean, because you were going to start off with is Darvish is pitching game one.
Yeah, and then Musgrove,
Who are they pitching?
Glasnow game one, and then Yamamoto game two against Musgrove. But I feel like this is a good point. This is Davey brought this up to me on how we can steal a game. Our bullpen, you would think would play a factor. So like, if we just a bullpen, we could steal a game.
Oh,
Cause like, yeah,
you could easily steal a game early in the season. I mean,
like
their hitters might not be like they might not be ready. Like they don't have their swing down. Like, well, the fat fuck always hits 170 until fucking end of June. The fat fuck on what's his name, the left hander.
a possum Muncie.
Yeah, yeah. Guy hits like because I've done it like twice where I'm like this guy's
Yeah.
done like he sucks and then he fucking ends up hitting later. Um, yeah, Muncie. But he fucking sucks the
Cause
first
like,
like
here's to
two and a half,
consider like the
3 months of
bullpen
the year.
situation for the Dodgers. Remember, the guy who celebrated for getting saved by Bellinger, Gratterall. He's apparently hurt. And then if it's a late game situation, we have Cosgrove and like Wandy Peralta to throw against Otani and Freeman and Matsui. We have lefties
Hmm.
in there, so I think advantage bullpen us if it's a game of bullpen.
Our bullpen should be
Yeah,
good as
yeah.
long as what's his name, the closer should be
But go on,
what's
can Glass now even be good? Like I know it's early in the year. This will be his first start. And Yamamoto, he's an unknown. Like he
why am I
struggled his last couple of
why am
spring
I drawing a
starts.
blank on our closer? The guy who throws gas. What's his name?
Suarez,
Yeah, Suarez. As long as that guy's good this year and healthy,
for sure.
we should have a good bullpen. Like a really good bullpen.
Yeah,
And it should be deep.
for sure. I mean, that's what hurt us last year. I mean, what's the like? The problem with us is that we didn't have enough guys to bridge it to Hater, and Hater didn't want to help. We have that
Sergio
this year.
Sergio tweeted out in a weird case of coincidence, both Soto and Snell are making 31 million this year.
Yeah,
See
and
the line?
And Snell basically is only a 1 year deal with the opt out. So
Yeah.
same, it's basically the same deal.
Dodgers are just ridiculously better than us. Yeah, they are. They are. This is your
No,
chance to get. I think this is your chance to get a game on them, though.
yeah, early in the year we play him. The good thing for us schedule wise is that by the second week of May, we would have already have played them 8 games out of 13. So the rest of the year, you only play
Say,
them
say that.
5 times after.
Say that again.
By the second week of May, we would have played the Dodgers 8 times already.
Okay.
So that's something to consider. And I would rather play them now, uh,
Oh yeah. Oh
rather
yeah.
than like in August or July, September
Yeah, because
when they're hot.
you, like teams like this, like or not, but like you always like look at the records early in the season, and you'll see like the Pirates are kind of hanging around, or the Reds. I mean,
Yep.
the Reds are gonna be better now, but just even us in years past, where you're like, oh, are we gonna be halfway decent? It's just the teams aren't in the rhythm yet of hitting, and then once those teams get in their rhythm, like the better teams, then they just overtake it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're hoping, like I said with Muncie, like guy sucks early in the season. Now he'll probably hit 3 home runs in this fucking series, but because I said that, but usually he sucks. Maybe Will Smith fucking I don't know. Doesn't he always get off to a slow start? Will Smith too. I don't know.
Kinda.
Freeman always can hit. He can fucking hit. I mean, that guy's gonna be 75 years old. He could probably get out there and hit. Mookie Betts. I don't know. I don't. He usually comes out. I think hitting. He says Smith's been awful in spring training.
And looking at previous Dodger years, they've started out slow some years. Like last year, they like I know it's not as good as the team. They started off slow. I believe 2021 they started off slow. Even 2018 they started
Yeah.
16-26. So like
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely want to play them now.
I remember that year.
Yeah,
16 to 26. I thought they were almost cooked.
yeah,
Then they just went on a fucking rampage, didn't they?
yeah. The year they lost to the Red Sox.
They went 16-26, and then they got Machado at the break.
Yeah,
That's
at yeah,
the deadline.
yep,
Fuck, man. God damn. Yamamoto hasn't been good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Like
yeah.
that guy could take him a while to get his rhythm, get into a groove. Tom says Padre Twitter wanted to pay 62 million for those two with no TV deal. What is up with the TV shit? Is that I mean, are we gonna get a deal or not?
I think it's the same thing as last year for now. They're definitely trying to look. I don't think no one wants them for now.
Well, you got to get a good deal, man. It's you can't just fucking settle for something,
It's the same channel as last year after Bowie went away.
which is basically just it's like the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Even when Bally went away, it was like this. I mean, I have DirecTV. It was on the same channel. It was fucking.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Cease definitely changed my outlook of the season because I was just like,
for
dude,
sure.
this. I was like, dude, the only way they're making the playoffs is if everything goes right for them. And I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna fall for that trap.
Yep,
I still think a lot of things have to go right for them to make the playoffs because I'm telling you, you get to Tease, Machado, or Bogarts, one of the three gets out for 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, even if it's Tatis for fucking 2 weeks. Well, you can manage 2 weeks, but
I I still feel like if you're asking me going into the season, do I like this year's roster better than 2022? I'll take this year's roster. To be fair, than the one with like Machado and Boyd and Hosmer, because we have a better rotation this year, or like close to it.
yeah, the
So that's the
rotation
silver lining.
rotation is good. I like it.
Yeah, we got a good top four.
Okay, I can see I know how to pin them now. I didn't know how to pin the fucking things. Yeah, we definitely have a good four, and I think King. I mean, fuck, he might be our best pitcher.
Could be.
I think the Yankees are already regretting that trade.
Oh, for sure, because they don't have pitching. Like, especially if Cole's out for an extended period of time, you just can't assume he's going to be back in like
No,
2 months
I
with an
think,
elbow.
I think they're realizing. Like, think about it. Instead of using 31 million on Soto, they could have fucking uh used. I mean, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't do it for Blake Snell, but they could have used it on somebody, right?
Yeah, like that's definitely a team you hammer the under on their win loss total. It probably dropped already,
Weren't
but to
they in
begin
on?
with,
Yeah, weren't they in on Yamamoto, whatever his fucking name is?
yeah, they were. The only big guy they signed was, I mean, they traded for was Soto. Did they sign someone else?
I don't think so.
I don't.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine if
Oh,
fucking.
Strowman, but still, that doesn't move the needle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they signed Stroman free agency.
Yeah.
Imagine if Soto walks, they're
Oh,
fucked.
and that's a possibility. Agreed, Tom. Like this year, I mean, we have more stars this year. 2022. If Manny didn't carry us the first 3 months, we're screwed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So there's optimism. It's not like again Padre Twitter going into like last week saying we're losing 90 games. Like we absolutely suck. Yeah, the Mets would definitely want to pay for Soto. Why wouldn't they? Someone else would, like the Rangers would spend. You would think, given that they get a new TV deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a given the Yankees keep him.
Hang on one sec. Keep talking. What's
Okay.
this message for review? What do you mean? Oh, show it. Adam says it. Show it. These fuckers try to cry like, oh, you gotta review this message.
Oh.
You can put whatever the fuck you want on my shit. As long as it's not racist bullshit. That's cool. Hold on.
I have a question for you, whoever is in here. Over under 2.5 wins. I mean 2.5 teams that get into the round of 32 for the Mountain West. 2.5.
Uh, that's a good. That's good. Here, I can put that as a. I think I can put it as a poll. Poll.
Because you would assume we're one, and you would need two more. ADHD going on. I think New Mexico and Nevada could win their first round games. I get why you would say under.
I'm gonna say under.
I
I mean,
it's tough
we're gonna have to win for that to go over.
for sure. Do you have confidence that at
Cause you
least
might,
one will win?
cause you might get two out before they even get in.
Yeah, I know. But do you
Right?
but do you
Colorado
trust
State,
either?
Colorado State, and Boise State might be out. You know.
Do you trust Colorado State their favorite tomorrow?
Who they play?
The worst team of all time, Virginia.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they should win, but I mean,
That would be disappointing if they don't. That would
But
be
Virginia,
extreme.
yeah, Virginia's kind of, they got their veterans and shit. They've been there with the
Yeah,
coach and shit.
yeah. I think Boise loses unfortunately on Wednesday. Colorado's been playing well as of recently. Ah, again, like, do you trust both New Mexico and like those are the two other candidates that can win? Like Utah State's playing TCU, like that would be hard. But New Mexico's favored and Nevada's favored. New
Yeah,
Mexico plays. You saw Clemson this year, like, because you watched Carolina. You think New Mexico beats them?
yeah, I do because I think
Yeah.
they got enough. I think they got enough bigs that could give PJ Hall trouble. You know,
And I heard and I checked Clemson wants to slow the game down. Good luck if New Mexico speeds you up.
exactly.
And then do you trust Nevada? I think I would. I've seen Dayton play enough this year like they could struggle to score. And Nevada saw Ladie twice, and Dayton's best players are big. And they're not that. Dayton's not as deep as us, and it's in Salt Lake. I think we go over. I say 3, given that we win, of course.
Yeah,
It,
I like Nevada.
yeah,
I
Utah State
think
can beat TCU. TCU is athletic. Like I'm hesitant. It depends.
yeah, I probably lean TCU.
TCU's favored by 3, 3.5.
Although Utah State's big is pretty fucking good, dude.
I don't think TCU has an answer for him, but I don't think Utah State's guards have an answer for TCU's perimeter
See,
and athleticism.
even if Boise wins, I mean they're not beating Florida, in my opinion.
No. And I don't think Colorado State would beat Texas.
And you're not counting that as a win, right? If they beat Colorado.
Oh no, I mean you would, but to advance to the second round, no.
Right. Well, okay. You said second
Yeah,
round. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So I would say that's
It's a good 2.5 is the right
Colorado
number.
State, Texas. I think Colorado State can beat Texas.
It's not impossible, but like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I'd be a lot more. I'd be a lot more surprised if. Yeah.
Boise,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I think Colorado State over Texas is way more likely than Boise over Florida. But yeah, it's like that. Like that would be a successful tournament for us, and hopefully at least one team sneaks into the Sweet 16. I think that would prove we're we had a good year because
Hmm.
again we're being judged for not doing anything besides San Diego State. Like reminder, the last time a team has won besides us is 2018 Nevada.
Right.
And then before that, you have to go all the way back to, I believe, 2013 Colorado State. So the track record is not there. And honestly, this is your best year to do it. There's 6 teams. Like, you can't go 1-5 and we're the only team. That would be an awful look.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I mean, it'd be awful look for the conference, but not us.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we got the seat we got.
We're almost at the point where it's like it doesn't matter.
Right? It was like we're Gonzaga. We're viewed to a different level.
Right.
Rightfully so. We've deserved it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, but
I think as a whole, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of upsets compared to previous years. That's kind of the sucky part looking at like the bracket right now too.
hmm
Like I don't know if there's gonna be like a 14-3.
yeah,
I think we'll
because
get a
it's
couple. I think we'll get a couple 12-5s, and that might be it. Like a
yeah. I
couple
don't.
11-6s.
Yeah, I don't like the other like usually usually I'm looking at an 8-9 after they win the first one, and I'm always like, oh, they got a good shot of being a one. I don't
No,
see it
no
this
shot.
year. I
Not
don't
even
see it this year.
Purdue. Not even Purdue. I don't think not even Houston.
Yeah, I don't. Purdue's Yeah, Purdue's going to make the Sweet 16 at least. I mean, they play in Indianapolis.
And again, like, do we trust Kansas? I sure don't. I think Kansas might lose the first round. That might, and that's like a
Are those
mild
are those
upset.
guys playing? Is that
Apparently, but still, even though like they're playing in altitude and they're playing a team that wants to run up and down, and Kansas is not deep, so that's going to be an upset. Kansas doesn't shoot the three, Stanford does. So that's my. I think that would be the lowest seed I would look for, but like confident upset pick Stanford over Kansas.
yeah?
I think everyone's just silent,
Oh, okay.
but yeah. Popular one is Wisconsin. James Madison. Madison beat Michigan State to begin the year. Wisconsin gives up the three, so I would look at that, and I would look at GCU beating St. Mary's.
Right.
I think those are my three upsets. And Drake is not considered an upset for me. They're better than Washington State. But besides that, I think like Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, national title, I think it's chalk. And that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And on my bracket one, I think it's like 20, $25. Usually gets like over 100 people. I fucking won it one year. I won. I think I won like 1,200.
Oh, nice.
It was funny too because I don't remember if I was married or I was dating her. I think I was married. It was like probably like 2 or 3 years into my marriage, and her grandma was like sitting in a chair, and fucking the guy in Yukon, point guard, I think it was Yukon, lefty, like kind of went coast to coast. They were playing Pittsburgh. I think Yukon was a 3 seed, and Pittsburgh was a 1 seed. It was an Elite Eight, and if I had won that one, like pretty much I was gonna win it, the tournament. And he fucking went coast to coast, and he
Oh,
fucking
this was no Villanova, I think.
Nova. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Nova against
This
Pittsburgh.
was the
Not
year. This was the year you guys won, right, against Michigan State. I think so. That
probably,
sounds about right. That sounds about
probably,
right.
and
This
he
is
fucking
2009.
yeah. Okay, so 2009. Yeah, it's probably my first year. I got married in 2009, so I was engaged. And he fucking goes coast to coast, and I was watching it at my wife's parents' house, and her grandma was like right there, like pretty old, like in a chair, and I got up and like almost like bumped in, like was fucking going nuts. They were like, "Dude, you almost fucking knocked my grandmother over." It's like, dude, I just won $1,200. Yeah, we can talk NFL free agency.
We can. Mehdi, how about your Lions?
Dude, they're fucking stacked, bro. They are having a great offseason in my book. They got DJ Reader is a fucking stud. I remember betting against the Bengals, like when that guy fucking would leave, they just get ran on. You couldn't stop the run. He was in there, they would stuff the run. I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking obviously very valuable to their fucking front four and their defense. Got him. And then I love getting was it Kevin Zittler today. Or
Yeah, from the
Zeitler.
Ravens.
I mean, that's a starting guard. Like, I mean, he's probably not going to be as good as he was last year.
And then
But
Carlton Davis restructured after you
yeah.
traded for him.
So they're going to go into. I'm telling you right now, they're going to draft McConklin. I got a feeling it's going to be McConklin or Mitchell, Texas receiver, because they might draft an offensive lineman, but it's. If they draft an offensive lineman, he's basically going to redshirt and then start next year because Taylor Decker, their left tackle, is a free agent, and then Zeitler is a free agent after this year. But fuck, man, they're looking at it going into the draft. They don't really need anything. Are you scared of the new look Bears? I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, a little bit, yeah. If Caleb Williams is as good as they fucking think he's going to be, then they're going to be good. I don't know if they're going to be that great next year. Like,
Like Caleb would want to go there now since they got like Keenan and
yeah,
DJ Moore.
yeah.
Like he got weapons.
And if they get Onduze or
Oh yeah, with the other pick,
yeah,
that's like three good receivers.
if they get Onduze, that'll be huge for them. But if I was a fan of theirs, I would want an offensive lineman or a fucking or Turner from Alabama because their offensive line is still kind of weak. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't that? I think Fields made it look better because he runs around. Like, I know Williams can do that, but you don't. He runs around to scramble. This Fields would run around to run.
Are you surprised Fields like the return was that low and that he's gonna be a backup now?
Yeah, I was. I
That
mean,
was very shocking.
I never thought it was gonna be like a first rounder, but I thought it'd be a
No,
second rounder.
no,
I thought
like
it'd be like a second rounder.
I guess no
I
one
was,
wanted him.
I was surprised on that
Yeah.
because you got to run your offense. Like, here's the thing on Caleb Williams. He's kind of like Josh Allen. Like, it's hard to run an offense in Lamar Jackson. Like, it's hard to run an offense with these quarterbacks that aren't like rhythm quarterbacks. And I think that's going to be a problem with Caleb Williams. You watch like his film, and the guy's tremendous. Like he scrambles and he makes plays, but it's not like boom, 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 like Drew Brees or fucking CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, like you can run your whole offense like with him, and the playbook is it's like easy to run the plays with him. Lamar Jackson, you call play and it's like I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. He's gonna fucking scramble and run around like you don't. It's almost like like Kyle Shanahan when he's got Purdy in there, like he knows where he's like, hey, look at this receiver. He should be cutting here, or whatever. Caleb Williams gonna be like, yeah, he might be cutting there, but I mean, I'm gonna go for the big play and try to, Josh Allen's like, oh, I'm gonna go for the big play. It's harder to run an offense like that. But Fields is like that too. It's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna Fields isn't gonna be 18 for 22 anytime in the game.
No.
Drew Brees was like that a bunch of times, or fucking CJ Stroud's gonna be like that, or so but I think I think Caleb Williams. I think his best comp is Josh Allen. He's not as big as Josh Allen. He's not doesn't have as strong an arm, and he's more like he could scramble better than Josh Allen. Like I think he's got more elusiveness, but he's not. Josh Allen. What is Josh Tom? What is Josh Allen weigh? Like 240? Like he's big.
Yeah.
235, 235. Like he fucking runs people over, and I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, they gotta get less running of him. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna break down. But I don't know. Um,
Tom, your Bills, like you've lost a lot of people this offseason.
yeah, I think the Bills kind of had their chance. I think they're in
That kind of
trouble.
kind of sucks for them.
Uh, but they got to get rid of Diggs. Once you get rid of Diggs, yeah, it'll hurt the first year you get rid of him, but the second year, just get him out of that fucking locker room. Get him out of there, dude. So the Bills fucked up when they signed Miller, Von Miller.
Yeah.
That contract's a killer for them. It's fucking. They signed him to such a long term contract. It's so bad,
Chiefs, what do you think about KC getting Hollywood Brown?
huh? Me?
Yeah.
Chiefs getting Hollywood Brown. Yeah, he'll. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. He'll probably be all right. I
And then
mean,
of course Mahomes restructures, they keep Chris Jones.
yeah, I could see the Bills drafting a receiver, but I mean,
Yeah.
you might need a D end, because I think Von Miller might be done.
He's up there in age.
Yeah,
And he still has what, four more years in that deal? It was a 6-year deal, for crying out loud.
yeah.
That's not gonna age well at all.
No, it's not. They extended to Ron Johnson. Yeah, he's a slot, right? I think he's a slot corner. He's pretty good. Um, yeah, the Bills. I don't know. I I think. I mean, they're not. It's not gonna be hard to like rebuild, but I think they need to kind of rebuild. They need to go into that mode. When you
Let's
got a
talk.
quarterback, it's
Mhm.
almost like the Chargers. Like Chargers are gonna go into a rebuild this year, and like Charger fans are like freaking out. I'm like, dude, you're actually doing the right things for finally. Like, I think at 5, they're either gonna. I mean, they might take Neighbors or Harrison, but if I was a Charger fan, what I would be hoping for is that the fucking Vikings trade up. You get 11, 23, and apparently another first rounder, which I'd just be like, holy shit.
Oof.
But let's say it's a second rounder. You go from 11, you draft an offensive tackle like from Oregon State. That guy's a fucking stud. And then at 23, draft, I don't know, a corner or something, or a receiver. I don't know. You can draft Brian Thomas at 23 if you want. Um, but that's what I would do. And then you go from there. The following year, you're going to have more picks. And the receiver thing, like, I don't know.
Get some rest, ADHD. uh,
Yeah, I would trust the process with Harbaugh. And
yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be good next year, but they'll be more physical. Like, just wanting a receiver, I just think is dumb by the fan base. Like the fan base is just so in love with drafting a receiver. I'm like, I get it. You don't have any receivers, but trust me, I've seen it where I was a Lions fan, or I still am. But when all they had was receivers, like it doesn't work. Like that shit's like, yeah, it'll work on Madden, but if you don't have an O line, you don't have a D line, you ain't going anywhere, dude.
And the
You're
Chargers
not,
haven't that that
and if
haven't
you're
had
not
that in a long
physical.
time.
Yeah, you're not physical and don't run the ball. Like the quarterback's gonna make guys better, anyways. Like like I don't know, go fucking sign Michael Thomas or something. At least put that in the draft a second round receiver. You don't. I don't know. I just to me, I'm not. If I'm the Chargers, I'm not. Well, I mean, maybe if it's Neighbors or Harrison, and you're stuck at 5, no one traded. But I would, I would trade back if I was the Chargers so quick because I need picks. More than just an elite player. You just get one player. I mean, well, that's not gonna. What's that gonna do? Like, okay, put Marvin Harrison on their team. You think they're fucking gonna be that good next year? They're not gonna be that good. Still, fucking defense is gonna get its ass kicked, and the offensive line isn't that good. They don't even have a running back. I mean, you could get a
No.
running back. You could get a running back later, and I'm sure they will in the draft. But if you trade back and got more picks, and then the following year you're picking in the top 15 again, and then you had, you know, that's what I would do. But whatever.
Giants
Yeah,
apparently like McCarthy at 6.
yeah, that's crazy to me. I can't believe he's going to go that high. I mean, I'll admit when I first was like, dude, what are they talking about first round? And then I started watching him a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, I could see it a little bit, but I'm telling you, he's going to be like, there's no way I'm picking this guy at top 10. Like, I wouldn't pick Jared Goff in the top 10. And what I mean by he's going to be kind of like Goff. He's got more mobility than Goff, but if your team around him isn't good, there's no way he can help carry the team. Like he's not that type of player. Even like Kyler Murray is better, like because he can scoot and fucking make a play. Like he's not going to be able to. I don't know. He has to be on a good team for him to be good, and that's just so hard for me to take a quarterback in the top 10 that has to be on like a loaded roster to be good. I
Do
just
you do you like Daniels over May?
no. I like May. I like
Because I'm
May.
seeing mocks like saying that
Yeah,
Washington
that's
will take
I don't
Daniels.
yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, McCarthy should redshirt for sure. Unless he went to like a roster that was loaded. Like if he went to San Francisco, he went to Detroit, he could play on those teams. But if he's gonna go to fucking the Giants or he's gonna go to Minnesota, well, Minnesota's roster, it would he would do okay for Minnesota. Minnesota's O line's good. You got Aaron Jones and kid from North Carolina. What was his name? Running back. I forget. He was pretty good, rookie. And then you got Jefferson, you got Hawkinson, and you got Jordan Addison. He would do good in Minnesota, but
Yeah.
if he goes to the Giants, I'm telling you, he's gonna suck. At least at the beginning, he's gonna suck, and then they're gonna have to build it around him. And I don't know. I mean, the Giants don't have shit, dude.
Yeah,
That
that roster is horrible.
you know, that's what I'm saying. Like if Goff went to the Giants, they wouldn't turn into a good team all of a sudden.
No.
If Purdy went to the Giants, that team's not gonna be good.
No.
If fucking Mahomes or Josh Allen go to the Giants, yeah, that's different. Those are like difference makers. Like Lamar Jackson, even Lamar can make those teams better, but not fucking these. I don't know, but yeah. All right. Anyone got anything else? Yeah, their O line's bad. It's trash.
Hmm.
Giants O line's trash. That's why if I was the
That'll take
Giants,
a while to fix that roster.
yeah, if I was the Giants, I would be looking at O line. I mean, I don't know. Like if May's there at 6, I would jump on it. But McCarthy, I don't see it. I don't.
What would you take if the top 3 quarterbacks are gone if you're the Giants?
So if it went top 3 quarterbacks and then Marvin Harrison and Neighbors,
Or Dunze. What
okay, yeah.
yeah.
I would take Joe Alt, or I would take. Actually, I think the other guy from Oregon State is better, but they all. I mean, they're looking at it more than I am. I would take Joe Alt, the offensive lineman. That's what I would do because their D line's fucking stacked. They got Burns and they got Thibodeau and they got
Yeah,
Lawrence.
they traded for Burns. Yeah, that helps them.
So their D line's gonna be good. Maybe. Yeah, if I'm the Giants, or if the Vikings want to fucking trade up and get McCarthy in that situation.
And then talk about organizational organizational malpractice again by the Panthers. You should have gotten more for Burns last year, and you settled for this.
Oh, you're looking at what's going to be the worst run organization. I could already tell.
It's a clown show.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's bad. It's gonna be really, really bad. It's gonna be worse next year than it is this year, probably, because you're basically you basically went 2 years in a row. That's another guy is the Smurf quarterback. He would probably be okay if he
Yeah.
was on San Francisco or Detroit.
but not with a roster that has absolutely nothing.
No, and you just fucked up with Burns. No one's gonna want to go there. The corner that they drafted, I think, I heard they might even
JC Horn,
release. Yeah, I heard they might even release him. I don't know. Um, they don't have anything. Then they're picking fucking what 33.
because they don't have the first pick of the draft.
Yeah. So I mean, they're in trouble because that quarterback is not going to be able to elevate. Like I can't see him. I always thought Josh Allen was going to be good. His first
Yeah,
year, he looked like garbage. Then his second year, he looked okay, and everyone was still like he sucks. And then the third year, he took like a huge leap, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
That's how it went.
I cannot see, I cannot see this kid, Bryce Young. He might take a somewhat a little step next year and look halfway decent, but he's not taking that big step. There's no way. I
He's
could
never
already,
going to be compared with CJ Stroud. He's never going to be in the same planet.
I could already tell he's going to be most likely a bust, and
Yeah,
he'll end up being on another team, and then maybe if that roster is loaded, he can have a halfway decent career. But there's no
yeah.
fucking way. There's no fucking way on that team. That roster's so fucking bad. They're gonna be bad. They are gonna be bad because guys that are gonna come up that they have already on the roster that might be halfway decent. They're not gonna want to sign there. They're gonna be like, get me the
No,
fuck out of here. Because the owner, he like throwing drinks at fucking people, wasn't he?
yeah.
I mean, the owner when an owner sucks that bad, you're fucked, dude. And you're not living like in San Diego. Like our owners suck, but some of these people probably came here and were like, well, at least I get to live in San Diego. I'll take. And then our owner paid. Like we were always, everyone's like, he's cheap and this and that. When we had him, we paid. We were always getting free agents and stuff. And, like Dillman was the highest paid guard. Fucking Tomlinson, highest paid running back. Rivers was one of the highest paid quarterbacks. Fucking
Weddle was one of the highest paid
Weddle was the
safeties.
highest paid safety when he signed. I mean, everyone I remember was making fun of that contract. Gates was highest paid. Like we paid
Yeah,
our guys, and like it wasn't like he was cheap in that sense. He just was cheap in like, or he is cheap in. He never got coaching. He never got like
no,
coordinators to pay for like a big coordinator. He never paid for um like the nutrition and the training. Like we never had big
right,
time doctors like and all that shit. They said that
right.
that's why we always have the injuries. We're
We
not.
settled with David Chow. We settled with David Chow.
I keep saying we.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah.
Well,
Well, they when I was a fan of them, like they
of
didn't.
course.
Now they never took that type of stuff. That's why they fucking sucked, and they always have the injuries and so. But yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm really excited for the Lions. I think they're fucking. I know their schedule's gonna be tough. I know the Bears and Packers are gonna be good. They might fuck. They might have three of the top five teams in that conference.
Yeah,
If the Bears are good, Chargers still have some of the worst amenities. Yeah. Their facilities suck. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like the Chargers, it just always is. You can just tell it's not a first class fucking organization. It's not fucking. You can just
never
tell.
was, never
Uh,
was, never will be.
I could already tell, like the Lions, like with this general manager and head coach. I could just tell so many things are so fucking different. Like Kevin Zeitler, there's no way he would sign with Detroit fucking 3, 4 years ago. You could tell he's an offensive guard. He's like, hey, I want a ring. I'll go there. They need a guard. I'll sign a 1 year deal. You don't see that shit. You
Nope.
see fucking DJ Reader. I bet you he got offered more money and fucking probably a 3 year deal for someone. He's like, I'll take a 2 year deal with the Lions.
Yep.
You don't see that. Those are like the good signings, and those are the good moves that usually work out. It's not the fucking big signings. Like I don't know. Like even the Giants trading for Burns, they paid him so much money. I'm like, what are you doing? Like the trade wasn't bad, but they paid him so much money. Isn't
Yeah.
he the highest paid defensive end? Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Now he is.
Like, dude, I think he's had 1 year in double digit sacks.
Another
So,
question: how screwed are the Rams now that Donald retired?
oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because
for
that
sure.
defense is just a bunch of no names. But the offense is gonna be good. This guy's gone. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, I think the Rams that injury or retirement.
Yeah,
That's because their offense is fucking gonna be good. Their offensive line
yeah,
looks really good. Um, Puka, I would bet Cooper Cup has a better year than he had last year. Probably get in better shape. And
yeah,
uh, um, did they bring back Robinson, the receiver?
yeah. They did
Yeah. So their offense is gonna be good, but their defense, I don't know. Not without Donald, that's gonna hurt.
for sure.
All right, all right. I got nothing else. I'm pretty tired.
Nice helping you out, Maddie. Thanks everyone for
Yeah.
joining the stream. Hopefully
I got.
State gets a win on Friday and hope for the best against Auburn. And we split against the Dodgers at minimum.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we'll try. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the game.
I don't think I am. Like obviously Friday I will for State.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But all
Be
right, dude.
disappointing if
Thanks.
we don't. Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks for
guys.
coming on. All
No
right, man.
worries.
Later.
Gotcha.